brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today. Hey, Ariana, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
I am trying to figure out how I can get my husband on the same page with his out-of-control spending so that we can have an emergency fund to fall on and pay off some of our debts that we have.
Well, what is this out-of-control spending? What do you mean?
My husband spends over $1,000 a month just on phone games.
Oh.
Phone games?
Like Candy Crush?
Games, yeah, on his iPhone.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Okay.
and it's, I found out by looking at our statements.
Yeah. When you say that out loud, does it sound as crazy to you as it does to me?
Yes.
Like this is like illness level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm last year
I'm sorry, you cut out, honey. What'd you say?
Uh-oh.
1,000.
You're cutting in and out. He spent what?
14,000
last year. Yeah, and
yes.
what's your household income? Apparently, your phone has not been paid. I can't.
Oh, you're back
We're
again.
losing most of your phone here. So, okay. So, what is your household income?
$83,000.
$83,000. Okay. Are you somewhere where you can walk and get a better signal, maybe? Because we're losing you about every third word. All right, $85,000. How old is your husband?
29.
Okay. All right.
I have a
And
question.
we have a 4-year-old daughter.
I have a question. It's just what I'm wondering. Something tells me this is not the only thing he's overspending on. What else is he spending crazy money on?
His car.
His what?
His car.
His car?
Car.
What's that?
Yeah. He has a 91 Volkswagen.
Yeah. Okay. Which, yeah, that just screams money right there.
I'm a stay-at-home mom,
Yeah.
and I am the one that pays the bills,
Yeah.
and I pinch money wherever I can.
Yeah. Okay.
So that we can get those paid.
You guys need to see. You need to get some professional help.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because this is not $100, and he makes $200,000, and
It's over $1,000 a month.
I know. It's $14,000 a year, and the money we're spending on the car too. So there's something. I'm sure you're aware of this, or maybe you haven't heard, but in dealing with our phones, what we are now discovering is that a lot of the things, the games actually have them. They've carefully designed the games to create a dopamine hit to cause you to come back again and again and again. They designed these games to be addictive. If you're not aware of that, it's very true.
Yeah.
Okay. It's also true of, for instance, the way the videos now work on slot machines. They have carefully designed those to be addictive. And so your husband is involved in an addictive behavior loop, because if you just say what he's doing out loud, everyone that hears it except him thinks cray-cray.
Yes.
They think he's nuts.
I know.
Okay? And so this is not a money problem. This is, you have a husband that is addicted problem. Now, what do you do with that? If your husband was doing cocaine, if your husband was doing pornography, if your husband was doing some other form of addiction, what would you do? Well, you would demand that he get some help, and you would begin to see someone to build language and a narrative to talk to him in such a way that he starts to understand that he's destroying himself and his family with this behavior.
Yes. Because I feel like at this point I'm talking at him.
At this point, what?
It feels like I'm talking at him.
Oh, yeah, you are. You're talking to an addict.
I just feel like I'm nagging.
He's glazed over. You're talking to him when he's drunk.
Yeah.
You can't talk to a drunk.
Right.
Okay? It doesn't make any sense. And so, but what you do need to do is sit down with someone that can give you some language that says, okay, this is terrifying me. I have a baby, and I feel like I am in the house with a cocaine addict.
Right.
because you are exhibiting the exact same behaviors as a cocaine addict.
Yes, and he just spent $700 in the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's getting worse.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we've established he's out of control. We don't need any more. We don't need any more evidence. That's established.
Does he think that there's a problem at all, or when you bring it up, is he like, no, this is fine. There's no problem here?
He's told me twice that he was going to disconnect the car from his phone, but then that did not happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I promise you I'm not going to get drunk anymore, but I am hanging out in the bar.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we do have a car payment every month. And with what he spent last year, we could have paid off the full balance of what we owe left.
Yeah. But the car payment is not your problem. The problem is your husband is an addict.
Yes.
And you need to start treating this situation like your hair is on fire.
Okay.
With lots of urgency.
Mm-hmm.
And so are you guys by chance in a good church?
No, we're not.
Who is in his life that can talk to him, that will listen to him? It's not you.
It's definitely not me. I think that we'd have to hire somebody that doesn't know us, because he doesn't have a father figure or a mother that he'll listen to.
So you need to say, honey, I'm going to marriage counseling because I'm afraid our marriage is going to end because I'm terrified that I'm married to an addict. You are completely out of control. I'm going to go see a marriage counselor to try to save our marriage. I hope you'll come.
Okay.
And set an appointment and go.
Okay.
Regardless of whether he goes or not, you go without him.
Okay.
And have that person start to teach you how to speak to an addict to give you any possibility of getting through the fog of this into his brain, and he remembers that he's a husband and a father more than he is a game player on a freaking iPhone.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I think he justifies it because he works so much.
I don't care how much he works.
Finances.
It doesn't mean you don't. Just because you work a lot doesn't mean you get to do cocaine.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry, that's not how this works.
I think his
phone. It's not
phone,
a trade-off here.
I think if I were in her shoes, his phone would suddenly go missing tonight.
You think it would just look at you?
It's almost like it ended up in the river and no one knows how it got there.
I have no idea where it is. You know, after I dropped it out of the car doing 95, I have no idea what happened to that phone.
Exactly.
It's somewhere between one of those mile markers back there.
I know that's right.
I have no idea. But he'll have another one by morning if he's not well.
That's true.
This is The Ramsey Show.